Hello, Sacral Beauties. Welcome to the SheSacral Podcast, where I focus on helping women recover their bodies from chronic burnout. If you're new, my name is Lindsey Christian. I am certified as a menstrual cycle coach, and I am a holistic burnout recovery guide for women. Today, we have a very powerful series that we're starting, which is going to be the burnout womb. Now, your womb is something that's very layered physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and we're going to dive into all of that in this series. And we're also going to touch in on very specific conditions like PCOS, PMDD, PMS, and so much more. So if any of those things have been coming up for you in your life, this is definitely going to be the most powerful series for you to tune into. Before we really dive in, I want you to check in with yourself. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? I think we're all pretty exhausted, right? So I want to give us just a quick little 15-second body check-in for you to just tune in with yourself, see how you're feeling, maybe hold your hand over your heart if you can, and just ask yourself, how are you feeling? And then take a moment and ask, what do you need? And let's take a deep breath in and release as we move forward with this episode. And whatever came up for you, trust it. Don't second guess it. Don't overthink it. Know that that is your body's message for today. Now, before we dive in, I can tell you right now, I have experienced probably all of these things that I'm sharing with you. Everything from chronic yeast, PMS, PMDD, painful cramping, chin hair like crazy, and all the other things that come with it. And I can tell you right now that everything that I'm sharing with you is something that no doctor has ever taught me. This is all from research and experience for the last 15 years of trying to decode our body. And I didn't know that all those signs that I just listed with you were signs that my womb was burned out. I did not know that my body was really crying out to me to say, hey, I need some more support. I need some more nourishment. I need some more help. I need you to stop stressing me out. And so after learning everything that I've learned and continue to learn, I'm here to help other women to do the same. So in this episode, I'm going to break down for you what womb burnout is and the 7 physical signs that your womb is burned out. And then we'll also cover the top contributing factors to creating a physical womb burnout. But I want to break down what I mean when I say womb burnout, because this isn't going to be anything that you're going to find in some textbook, or even if you go Google it, you're probably not going to find anything with that. But it's the truth. It's what many women are experiencing, what they're feeling, but they don't really have a name or language for it. And that's what I'm bringing today. And so when we go through something like burnout, usually when you look it up, it's defined as emotional or work-related exhaustion. But in the body, it looks like depletion. So the body is really depleted, it's out of balance, it's overworked, and that is going to pump up cortisol. And cortisol is literally going to steal all the resources from your womb space. It steals away progesterone, it steals away estrogen. And if you're like, I don't know what those things mean, I don't know what these hormones are, don't worry. I got you. You can basically look at estrogen as what's responsible for keeping your skin glowing, your memory sharp, feeling focused, feeling energized. And you can look at progesterone as the hormone that kicks in before your next cycle, and it's responsible for helping you stay nice and chill. So most of us experience PMS. We're like, whoa, I don't know about that. I feel crazy at the end of the month. That's 80% of women. That's a lot of women, by the way. That goes to show you that really 80% of women are under chronic stress. And so your body will always choose survival over reproduction. Because if your body doesn't think that you are safe, then it will prioritize keeping you alive over keeping you balanced. And some of us can't really see the connection, but our nervous system, which connects our brain, which holds our memories, our emotions, our thoughts, is also connected to your spinal cord and all the nerves in your body. We have over billions of nerves in our bodies, and all of those connect to every organ in your body, including your womb. So we literally send signals down every time we're feeling unsafe and stress and fear. And eventually that can shut down the womb. All right, so let's dive into these 7 biggest signs that your womb is burned out. Number 1 is going to be irregular cycles. So if you are missing your cycles or your cycles are very long, they're going past 40 days, or if you have really short cycles, they're less than 21 to 24 days, or if you're noticing some spotting or bleeding in between your cycle when you're not supposed to, your womb really loves consistency and a nice rhythm. But when that rhythm gets broken down, that's the first sign that your body is in a state of burnout as a woman. So I remember when I was in a state of overworking and burnout, I had gone to 43 days in my cycle and I was so confused. I was like, whoa, like what's going on? I'm confused, like what's happening? And the truth is I was sitting down all day long, working on the computer, not getting outside, not exercising. I wasn't nourishing my body. I wasn't taking the very best care of myself. And my body was like, oh, hold up. We must be in survival mode. We must be about to get attacked right now. No way are we going to reproduce. That's how intelligent your womb is. Okay, it's very, very smart. It knows like, oh no, something's not right. We're not good. We don't need to focus on that right now. Okay. Next is going to be pain. Oh, this was a big one. I remember just even from my first cycle, I would have really, really painful cycles. And I remember just as a little one, like being 12 and 13, folded up, shaking and trembling and throwing up. And I just didn't know what was going on. And they were so painful. And this went on way into my 30s until I really understood what was going on with my body. I thought it was normal. Everybody in my family experienced really painful cycles. And some women that I would talk to would experience painful cycles. But the fact that I couldn't go to work, that was actually a sign that my body was telling me, hey, we are not in a good space right now. We need your help. I didn't know, right? So if you're dealing with painful cycles, that's a big sign that you either have a lot of inflammation in your body, that you have a lot of estrogen in your body. You might have something like fibroids that's going on, or your body could be creating a lot of extra tissues in your uterus, which is caused by having too much estrogen. Same with fibroids. So there could be an imbalance with that. Now, in my community, the Pleasure Wire, we are actually focusing on resetting hormones very soon. So if you're wanting to learn how to clear that estrogen out of your body so that way you can have more balanced cycles, be sure to click the link down below. Next is going to be sharp ovulation pain that's worsening over time. So ovulation shouldn't be painful at all. In fact, a lot of times we may not even feel it, but if it feels really painful, that means it's struggling to release that egg. So something's going on there. Or if we're feeling chronic pelvic tension or heaviness in our womb space. So pain is information. Your womb is really trying to get your attention and say, hey, there's too many toxins in here and we need to clear this out. And I know you probably don't know how, but I don't know what else to tell you. You've got to clear it out. Okay. And so normally we're supposed to have some sensation, but not where we feel so much pain that we can't even move. Okay. Bleeding changes is also a big sign. So if you're dealing with heavy bleeding or having like really large clotting, that's a big sign that something's majorly wrong. And on the flip side, if you have very light or absent bleeding, that's also not a good sign. That means our body doesn't have enough estrogen. And if you have brown or black blood at the start or end of your cycle, that's also a sign that something's going on. So blood is really representative of energy, and it's telling the story of your womb's energy. So it's either saying there's too much or there's too little, or it's really stagnant here. And it all points to burnout in the body. Next is going to be fertile signals shifting. So if you've noticed a decrease in your cervical fluid quality, or if you notice absent or irregular ovulation, or if you notice struggles with conception, those are some signs that the womb is very much burned out. We may also have a lot of intense hormonal symptoms, like intense PMS, where you're experiencing breast tenderness and migraines and mood swings and bloating and breakouts, or fatigue that worsens around your cycle, or maybe your sleep gets disrupted right before your next cycle. So if you feel like PMS has completely taken over your life, it's not that your body is like failing you in any kind of way, but it's really your womb trying to get your attention. Another sign could be chronic conditions that are amplified by burnout. So this could be PCOS flares, worsening fibroids, or endometriosis pain as well. So these conditions are not necessarily caused by stress, but stress and depletion in our bodies will always make them worse. And on top of that, it's not always the body feeling the stress. It's the things that we do or don't do out of feeling that level of burnout and stress that also contributes to these problems. And we'll dive into all of that in each episode. And then last is going to be recurrent infections, whether that's yeast, UTIs, or BV. That's also a big sign that something is going on a regular basis. So those are the 7 big signs that your womb is burned out. Now, let's talk about the contributing factors to womb burnout. A lot of times when we hear the word stress, we think about mental and emotional stress. But there's a big piece which is going to be physical stress, which means our body is getting depleted. So when it comes to physical stressors, this can look like long work hours, lack of rest, overtraining and over-exercising our bodies, undernourishment, where we're skipping meals, we're doing a lot of restrictive low-calorie intake, and also not hydrating our bodies. Or it could also be poor sleep, where we're getting irregular sleep or not enough deep rest. And did you know that when you're in deep sleep, that's when your body produces hormones, especially testosterone, which helps you with confidence and drive and energy, but also estrogen and progesterone. That's a big factor. There could also be toxins and your environment. So if we're having a lot of processed foods, excessive amount of sugar, endocrine disruptors, like basically fake estrogen that's found in plastics and all of these quote unquote beauty products that we use, that we put on our skin and our hair, that actually tricks the body into thinking that it has more estrogen than it does. And also having too much caffeine and alcohol. And then we can also have chronic illness overload, whether it's an autoimmune disease or there's something going on even deeper with our thyroid. I can attest to that. I was dealing with problems with my thyroid a few years ago when I went into a chronic state of burnout, and it was really, really scary. So these are the ways that we can physically pull away from the womb by having all of that out of place. So if you're listening and you're like, oh man, I really haven't been getting the best sleep, or I haven't been nourishing my body, there you go. But when it comes to emotional and mental stress, those things can create a perceived threat in the body. So your body will then use the resources that it does have and then divert them into supporting us for survival instead of reproduction. So we can actually have both, right? We could literally be depleted where we're not getting the nutrients and energy and rest. And then we can also have a lot of perceived threats going on. Either way, they both lead to the same place, which means that your womb is going to be burned out, because that is the first place that gets sacrificed when we're under a lot of stress, because survival will always come before creation. So when you pull all of this together, the physical signs, the contributing stressors, you're really starting to see the full picture now as to why the womb is burned out. And maybe you're starting to realize that your womb is trying to get your attention. So I do want to share some good news with you, is that once you start listening and understanding your body, you can be able to restore it back into vitality. And that's exactly why I created the Pleasure Wire, which this is not just some other community. It's truly a space where you can learn how to restore your womb and your nervous system from burnout. And inside, I teach you how to work with your body, how to understand your body, and how to support your body with food, movement, rituals, and meditation. So it's really a very holistic, full support system to help your body truly recover in a way that's designed for women. So if this information is resonating with you and you're finally ready to start taking the very best care of your body, then you can join us as a founding member. It is the exact space I wish I had when I was in burnout. There's women that understand, that get it. There's tools that actually work, and you can receive that true support. So you can just find that link down below, and that will take you right there. So I want you to remember that your womb is not broken. It is not shut down. It is just truly trying to communicate with you. Every symptom that we feel is truly a message from our body. And when we understand what it's trying to tell us, we can work with that and we can heal that. Now, we covered a lot on the physical aspects of the womb and the symptoms and all of that, but there's so many layers. Now that we understand physically what could be going on, there's also mental drivers that's creating those physical symptoms. Be sure to follow and subscribe so you get notified when that episode is released. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday on the podcast each week, and on YouTube every Wednesday, where you get bite-sized information to learn how to recover your body from burnout. All right. Well, I want you to thank yourself so much for showing up today, and thank you for tuning in to the SheSacral Podcast.